Today, we're asking the question, is this the most luxurious way to travel between two European countries in style? Let's find out.
So let's just do some explaining. Singapore Airlines operates a fifth freedom flight.
And this means that once their A350 has completed the route from Singapore to Milan, before continuing with existing and new passengers travelling from Milan to Barcelona, the plane would have otherwise sat around for a long period of time, making Singapore Airlines no money and costing it parking fees. Ignoring the large economy queue to my left, the business class check-in can be found on the end, and I was first in line.
So check-in was pretty painless, probably took about a few minutes. I was next in the queue. If you're in economy, probably about 50 people queuing.
Even though I travel a lot, I'm still discovering new airlines all the time, including this low-cost carrier called Neos.
Obviously there's plenty of shops, but just bear in mind it's 5 in the morning. They're not open.
It's not obvious yet, but today isn't my day. And it's all going to go a little bit wrong.
So that was a poor experience. For some reason, customs immigration wasn't open. So we waited for about 15 minutes. And then they opened, and basically it was only one person, about 35 people to clear. So
International strike affecting the air transport sector, flights might be delayed or cancelled.
So I feel pretty stupid, but at the same time, that's confusing. On Singapore Airlines' website, on the part lounges, it says that the lounge I use is in the B gates. It's not, it's in the A gates. The problem there is that you have to go through immigration. So obviously you go through, it's problematic to come back. Luckily I managed to catch a police officer, but otherwise I'd have missed my flight.
Perhaps watching the planes will help me de-stress. As you're about to see from today's journey, the other downside is the lounge towards Barcelona just isn't anything exciting. It sort of reminds me of a modern office. At least it's quiet, and there's a good selection of coffee, teas, juices and food. I didn't fancy the low-calorie option, so I went for a 7 AM donut. Luckily, my flight is boarding shortly. Let's go.
So the staff in the lounge were really nice. Nice little selection of food, but it's not the most impressive lounge design-wise I've been to, but perfectly pleasant. Now, for anyone who knows business class in Europe, you know this is quite exciting. Normally it's 3 seats with the middle one blocked out. Not today.
And adding to the luxury experience in the lounge, it's a bus to the plane. What an odd setup. We're now going back into the terminal to board directly at the gate. And just out the window are those beautiful winglets on today's A350.
Hello.
Morning, 15 left. Thank you.
Singapore Airlines' reputation precedes them for great customer service. And what a great start for today's journey, with a warm welcome from the cabin crew in their beautiful uniforms, even offering to show me to my seat, which for today's flight is 16A. My welcome drink of orange juice is resting nicely on a tiny side table, so we'll explore the in-flight entertainment, which unfortunately is not touchscreen and requires the use of the controller. There's a good extensive range of content, including new for June and Hollywood releases, as well as a decent variety of different television shows. What is always impressive to see is live television, mainly news channels. My flight explores the moving map, airport and connection information, as well as a digital menu. And I don't tend to use it, but a music section. Heaps of leg room and even a place to put your bag. And just above, where my welcome drink was sitting, is a small but very handy storage compartment.
From time to time, you do expect some light to moderate bumps, quite normal this time of the year. As such, in the interest of safety, I do highly recommend you have your seatbelts fastened on times while seated. I do apologize for this slight delay out of Milan this morning, but rest assured that once we are airborne, we will make up for the lost time to get us all into Barcelona on schedule. In the meantime, may I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy the in-flight service, and once again on behalf of Singapore Airlines, we do recognize your choice and we thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Maybe it's the content, or just how much I miss Singapore, but the safety video always gets to me.
On this aircraft may differ from that on other aircraft. Please give us your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore. Takeoff and landing. Ensure that your tray table is stowed away. Put the back of your seat upright and keep your shoes on. Stow your luggage under the seat in front of you or...
Anyway, my favourite part, the takeoff. I'm really enjoying a good film, but it can't beat the view out the window.
Let's go check out the bathroom.
Given how short the flight is, if I don't see it now, I probably never will. The luxury doesn't stop. Yes, that's a real orchid. I'm being spoiled by well-known brand Penhaligon's of London, plenty of flannels, various amenities, and even this very posh facial mist. And away we go to explore the rest of the seat before today's meal.
That's a pretty sturdy table.
Under the champagne brown is a small cubbyhole where you'll also find a very decent and excellent set of noise cancelling headphones. A power socket, HDMI and USB can all be found behind you, as well as various light controls on the opposite side. On the aisle side you'll find this very cute coat hook, and also this slide cover hides a mirror. Lunch has arrived and consists of a prosciutto baguette and a salad. And to complement this, I'm having a glass of water and a cup of tea. Much like Virgin, it's known that the business class seat on this flight is a little unusual. Yes, it has buttons to allow different modes of relaxation, but in order to put the seat into sleep mode, it requires the back of the seat to be folded down. Before knowing this, I wasn't sure how to do it, but the lead cabin crew was more than happy to demonstrate.
So like a lot of products, it's not straightforward with the buttons when you want to make it lie flat. Let's go with it.
I extend it, so it will not spoil the blender.
Yeah.
Then, ta-da, it goes down.
Oh, right.
Sorry, excuse me. It's up.
And sadly, that was possibly the quickest 1 hour 35 minutes that has ever passed.
Plegada y mando guardado. Asegúrense de todos los dispositivos electrónicos grandes, como los portátiles, deberán guardarse de manera...
We have some exciting videos coming up, including business class on board Iberia's A350, Air France, and we're travelling back to Brazil and Asia with LATAM and Qatar later in the year.
Good morning and welcome to Barcelona. Boarding passengers that came from Singapore. We started our journey.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Follow the sign.
So what did I think of today's flight?
So, welcome to a very busy Barcelona. So how was the flight? Firstly, just want to talk about the footwell, which I know is a bit controversial. I didn't find the issue, but obviously it's a short haul flight. If it was long haul, got to sleep at an angle. The food was reasonable for a 1 hour 10 flight, so I'm not too worried about that. And the cabin crew, excellent. And I was so pleased to see how the product lies flat.